Welcome back, everyone, to OpenLine. We are talking real estate. And so we've done this, it was a few months ago, and things are changing. Interest rates are up, and so where do we stand now? We have with us Gabriela Lira with Compass Realty, a real estate broker with Compass. And we've had several calls, and just kind of getting a sense of where things are. And bottom line, they've changed.
Definitely, the market is normalizing.
Is normalizing, okay. All right, let's go to Kim. Hello, Kim.
Yes.
Go right ahead.
Okay. Yes, I had a question. Who would you recommend to be a good lender for a first-time buyer?
A good lender for a first-time buyer. So you said, you know, work that out. Do you think you get pre-approved? Is that what you're saying? All right. So what do you recommend?
So I would say go to the bank where you do all your banking, right? That could be a good option for you. The next option is ask your friends and relatives. Who did you use when you bought your house? Did you like them? What was your experience like? And then, of course, I am here. You can contact me anytime as a resource. I have a list of lenders that have done a great job for my clients in the past, and I'm happy to pass their information along to you.
What would you be concerned about? Let's say, you know, again, first-time home buyer, or, you know, you're kind of just wading out into this for the first time. What would you be concerned about if someone were saying as a mortgage person, you know, to you? What should people kind of be on the lookout for? For
who they shouldn't use?
Yeah.
Oh, don't use someone who's very pushy. Don't use someone who has bad reviews. Don't use someone who's over-promising and probably will under-deliver. So get recommendations. You know, the internet is a great place. A lot of times you can go on there and read reviews.
What is happening? We've talked a lot about Davidson County. So what are we seeing in surrounding counties? What about in Rutherford or Robertson, or, you know, what's happening around us?
Not much different. So because there is more land, let's say, for example, in Rutherford County, Murfreesboro area, there's a lot of building happening over there. But things like a normalizing market, that is across the board. So everybody is feeling the effects of this, whether you are in Davidson, Williamson, Rutherford, Sumner, all over the place. We are seeing some new hot areas outside of the Davidson County location. So right now there's a really cute community being built in Pleasant View, just 30, maybe 40 minutes away from Nashville. Not a terrible commute, but you could get so much more for your money in areas on the outskirts of Nashville.
I'm looking here. The median price of a home in Middle Tennessee. So it said in 2018 it was $307,000. And this says it's now $490,000.
That's right. It has risen significantly because, you know, we had an unprecedented market last year, a market like we've never seen before. Buyers were doing very risky things when they were purchasing, right? They were waiving appraisals. They were waiving their home inspections, all to try and beat the 20 other offers that were on the table. So prices were driven up, and we're still seeing the effects of that.
And now you're saying, are people doing those kinds of things now?
I think doing those kinds of things has slowed down significantly, which I must say that I love. I want my buyers to be able to get a home inspection and to be able to do their due diligence so that they understand what they're getting themselves into.
Is Mary on the line? No. Oh, Mary. Okay, Mary. Are you there, Mary?
Yes.
Hello. Go right ahead, Mary.
I just have kind of a comment, I guess.
Sure.
I was born, my husband and I were born in Nashville, so we're native Nashvillians. And we grew up in Green Hills when Green Hills was not an elitist neighborhood, if you can believe that. But to me, Nashville is just not attractive anymore. We've lost our southern flair. We've lost what Nashville is, and it's just not attractive. And I would like, if you have a realtor on again, I would like to hear from a realtor who has lived in Nashville for maybe born here has watched the market and can put some foresight into what has happened from the beginning to now.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. I have been here 12 years. I've lived in this area 12 years. And even in those 12 years that I have been here, the market has changed significantly. My family has been here almost 30 years. So I have been coming here for holidays and for visits with my mother and my father for quite some time. They live out on 11 acres in Columbia, Tennessee, because like many of you, you know, it's gotten so pricey in Williamson County where they used to live that they decided to go further out, and they love that like country feel. So there is something for everybody. It makes me really sad that people think that Nashville is changing so much, and you know what, the reality is that it has. It definitely has. It's changed. I think that if you still want that like small town feel, there are still some areas where you can go to get that. But we are becoming a metropolitan, cosmopolitan, international city, whether you like it or not.
And put that in perspective as far as compare us to other cities. You said during the pandemic we became a destination where people came to work. So what does our housing market look like compared to other big cities across the country?
Well, other big cities are still more expensive than we are, believe it or not. Think of New York City, think of San Francisco, think of California. That is where I'm born and raised. I was born and raised in Southern California. I was in the biotech industry for many years and got relocated to New York, got relocated to San Francisco, and there was no way, even on my professional salary, that I was ever going to be able to afford a home in those cities. So we are still, believe it or not, more affordable than a lot of the major cities across the country. But yes, we are not as affordable as really tiny towns, smaller towns around the country. So it is all, you know, relative. You
picked some big cities there, New York, San Francisco. What about a like city like Charlotte or Austin?
Yeah.
Are they seeing the same kind of growth we've seen or not? You know, what about that?
For sure. Austin, Raleigh, all those cities, they have had very comparable growth to Nashville.
What about, I hear Huntsville? So Huntsville's not as big, but it's kind of close.
But it's a big, apparently, aerospace hub. And so a lot of aerospace companies are going there. Then they are attracting the talent that they need, right? And those people are making certain salaries. And so they are able to afford more, and it just drives prices up. All right, I think we have to take a break. And then I'll come back and ask, what if you're going to sell? So it's been really easy if you're selling. But now, what is it now? So we'll take a break. I'll be back right after this.